Hi, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another episode of Mix Lab. Today we will discuss about next 15 questions with answers. Then let us go our questions. The first question is mechanism of action of a bisacodyl or stimulant laxative. Options include stimulation of nerves to cause contraction in abdomen, stimulation of enteric nerves to cause colonic contraction. Then add water and bulk it to stool like a jelly. Before going to answers, we know that what is laxative? Laxatives are agents which can help relieve and prevent the constipation. But all laxatives are safe for long-term use. Overuse of certain laxative can lead to dependency and decreasing in bowel function. There are different types of laxatives are available. Stimulant laxative, bulk forming laxative, osmotic laxative, stool softeners, lubricants. These different laxatives have a different mechanism of action. That is, stimulant laxatives work through stimulation of enteric nerves to cause colonic contraction and push out the stool. Example is bisacodyl. Next one is bulk forming laxative. It works through add water to stool and become bulky to stool like a jelly and then expel easily. Example is psyllium. Osmotic laxative work through draw water into the bowel from the surrounding tissues to soften stool and increase the bowel movement frequency. Example is Miralax. Next one is stool softeners. It works by increasing the amount of moisture to your stool, which make them soften and easier to pass. The primary active ingredients in over-the-counter stool softener product is Docusat. Last one is lubricant laxative. It works by keeping water in the stool and intestine. This helps to stool soften and also make it easier for stool to pass through the intestine. Example is mineral oil. Hence, the answer of this question is option B. Mechanism of action of a stimulant laxatives is stimulation of enteric nerves to cause colonic contraction. Next question is mechanism of action of a bulk laxative. We already mentioned the answer of this question in previous question. So here the answer is option C. Add water and bulk it to stool and soften stool like a jelly. Next question is Gray baby syndrome caused by options include chloramphenicol, doxycycline, amoxicillin. Actually, the Gray baby syndrome is a rare but serious side effect that occurs in newborn infants, especially premature babies, following the accumulation of antibiotic chloramphenicol. The main cause of Gray baby syndrome comes from the mother's use of an antibiotic chloramphenicol during pregnancy or breastfeeding. This toxic level of a chloramphenicol after 2 to 9 days administration resulting in loss of appetite, vomiting, ashes, grey color of the skin, hypotension, cyanosis, hypothermia, cardiovascular collapse, etc. So, here the answer is option A, chloramphenicol. Next question is Redman syndrome caused by options include vancomycin, doxycycline, cefpodoxime. Here the answer is option A, vancomycin. What is Redman syndrome? Redman syndrome is an anaphylactic reaction caused by the rapid infusion of a glycopeptide antibiotic vancomycin. It consisting of a pruritic erythematous rashes to the face, neck and extremities. Mainly this vancomycin is prescribed to treat serious bacterial infections including those of bones, blood and skin. Next question is drug-induced lupus-like syndrome. Options include amoxicillin, hydralazine and procainamide, chloramphenicol. Actually, the drug-induced lupus is a disorder which is similar to systemic lupus erythematosus, but that occurs when certain drugs are taken and resolved after discontinuation of the offending agents. Main symptoms of these are muscle and joint pain, swelling, fatigue, fever, serositis, certain laboratory test abnormalities. Example of these types drugs are hydralazine, procainamide, isoniazid. Hence, the answer of given question is option B, hydralazine and procainamide. Next question is, diphenoxylate and loperamide are narcotic or opioid agonists which are used as. Options include anti-inflammatory, anti-diarrheal, anticholinergic. We know that diphenoxylate and loperamide are narcotic or opioid agonists which are used as an anti-diarrheal agent used to treat acute and chronic diarrhea. These two medications are work in similar ways to decrease the number and frequency of a bowel movement. Now, this loperamide is banned on January 13, 2018 because people are addicted to opioid painkillers are using dangerously high dose of the diarrheal drug Imodium. That is, the main ingredients of the Imodium is a loperamide. Therefore, the long-term use of this medication can cause heart rhythm problems. Next question is, both of cimetidine and spironolactone have. Options include anti-androgenic effect, anticholinergic effect, anti-inflammatory effect. Here the answer is option A, anti-androgenic effect. We know that cimetidine is H2 antagonist. It mainly used to treat heartburn and peptic ulcer, etc. Spironolactone is a diuretic drug. It eliminates the extra water from the body along with sodium, but it does not reduce potassium. These two drugs have an anti-androgenic effect. Hence, it is used in the treatment of acne. Next question is, which of the following drug of choice for GERD disease? Options include propranolol, metronidazole, mebendazole. Before going to answer, what is gordiasis? Gordiasis is an infection in small intestine caused by parasite called Gordia lambella. It can occur through eating contaminated food or drinking contaminated water. It's more common in overcrowded countries where lack of sanitary conditions and water quality control. Main symptoms of this are fatigue, nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, loss of appetite, excessive gas, headache, etc. Several drugs can be used to treat this infection, include metronidazole, tinidazole, nitazoxanide. The most commonly used drug is metronidazole. Tinidazole works as well as similar to metronidazole, but it can be given in a single dose. Nitazoxanide comes under liquid form, so it is easier for children to swallow. Hence, the answer of given question is option B, metronidazole. Next question is total body clearance. Options include option A, hepatic clearance plus pulmonary clearance plus renal clearance. Option B, hepatic clearance plus renal clearance. Option C, renal clearance plus pulmonary clearance. We know that the total body clearance is volume of plasma completely cleared of drug per unit time. It can be calculated by rate at which drug is removed from plasma divided by concentration of that drug in plasma. Total body clearance of the drug is hepatic plus renal plus pulmonary clearance from all other tissue. Hence, the answer of given question is option A, hepatic clearance plus pulmonary clearance plus renal clearance. Next question is, thiramine with MAVO inhibitors or monoamine oxidase inhibitors cause severe crisis of. Options include hypertension, asthma, influenza. Actually, thiramine is an amino acid that helps to regulate the blood pressure. It occurs naturally in the body and it is found in certain food. When MAVO inhibitors are taken, this MAVO inhibitors blocks the monoamine oxidase enzyme, which is an enzyme that breaks down excess thiramine in the body. Blocking of this enzyme relieves depression. If you take MAVO inhibitors with the thiramine containing food, thiramine can quickly reach its dangerous level. This can cause a serious spike in blood pressure. Therefore, avoid thiramine containing food if you take an MAVO inhibitors. Hence, the answer of given question is option A, hypertension. Next question is tertiary amine of TCA or tricyclic antidepressant is. Options include amitriptyline and imipramine, desipramine and nortriptyline, fluoxetine and citalopram. We know that tertiary amine of TCA are molecule composed of 3-ring structure that has 2 methyl groups on the nitrogen atom of the side chain. Example of tricyclic antidepressants are amitriptyline, imipramine, clomipramine, trimipramine and doxepin, etc. Mainly it is used in the treatment of depression, obsessive compulsive disorder, anxiety, pain syndrome, etc. It works by blocking the reuptake of serotonin and norepinephrine in presynaptic terminal, which leads to increased concentration of these neurotransmitters in the synaptic cleft. Hence, the answer of this question is option A, amitriptyline and imipramine. Next question is cyclosporin used as. Options include immunosuppressant after organ transplantation, immunomodulator, anti-inflammatory. We know that cyclosporin belongs to a class of drug known as immunosuppressant. They are used to prevent organ rejection in people who have received organ transplant. Usually it taken with other medication to allow your new organ to function properly. It works by stopping white blood cells from attacking a transplant organ. However, some common side effects occur, that is high BP, low magnesium level, stomach pain, hair growth in certain areas, acne, etc. Now available cyclosporin oral capsules are Gengraf, Neoral, Sandimmune. Hence, the answer of given question is option A, immunosuppressant after organ transplantation. Next question is respiratory acidosis is caused by. Options include carbon dioxide retention, oxygen retention, and nitrogen retention. Before going to answer, we need to know that what is respiratory acidosis? It's a condition that occurs when the lungs cannot remove enough of carbon dioxide produced by the body. This excess carbon dioxide causes the pH of the blood and other bodily fluid to decrease, making them too acidic. This may be due to decreasing in respiratory rate due to an underlying condition such as asthma, COPD, pneumonia, sleep apnea, etc. Main symptoms of these are headache, anxiety, blurred vision, confusion, lethargy, delirium, etc. Hence, answer of given question is option A, carbon dioxide retention. Next question is the main side effect of alpha antagonist prazosin is. Options include postural hypotension, hypertension, diarrhea. Here, the answer of this question is option A, postural hypotension. Mainly prazosin is used alone or combination with other medication to treat high BP. It works by relaxing the blood vessels. It comes as a capsule form to taken by mouth. Other uses of these are benign prostatic hyperplasia, pheochromocytoma, congestive heart failure, etc. Main side effect of these drugs are dizziness, headache, drowsiness, weakness, nausea, orthostatic hypotension or postural hypotension, depression, vertigo, etc.